Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Chavi, and today we will start with the new topic, that is chapter number 7 of History, Changing Cultural Traditions. In this video, we will discuss from page number 152 till 154 of your NCERT book. But before I start with the content, I request you all to like, share and subscribe. As the name says, changing cultural traditions, we will learn about the changes which occur from the 14th to the end of 17th century in Europe. During that time, towns were growing in many countries of Europe and a distinct urban culture also developed. Townspeople began to think of themselves as more civilized than rural people. Various towns, particularly Florence, Venice, and Rome, became centers of art and learning. Various artists and writers were patronized by the rich and the aristocratic class. Several inventions of printing at the same time made books and prints available to many people, including those living in distant towns or countries. So basically, a sense of history also developed in Europe, and people contrasted their modern world with the ancient one of the Greeks and the Roman. And this actually, we are going to learn the difference, the changes which occur in that particular time period. And we will learn about these changes with the help of various sources, which includes documents, printed books, paintings, sculptures, buildings, and textiles. Much of these has been carefully preserved in archives, art galleries, and museums in Europe and America. From the 19th century, historians started using a very important term, that is Renaissance. It literally means rebirth, to describe the cultural changes of this period. The historian who emphasized these most was a Swiss scholar, Jacob Burckhardt. He was the student of German historian Leopold von Ranke, and Ranke had taught him that the primary concern of the historian was to write about states and politics using papers and files of government departments. But Jacob Burckhardt was not convinced. To him, politics was not the be all and end all in history writing. History was as much concerned with culture as with politics. In 1860, he wrote a book called The Civilization of the Renaissance in Italy, in which he called his readers' attention to literature, architecture, and painting. Even in that, he talked about a new humanist culture. According to this culture, he wrote that man as an individual was capable of making his own decisions and development his skills. He was modern in contrast to medieval man whose thinking had been controlled by the church. So beta, basically we are going to learn that after the fall of the Western Roman Empire, many of the towns that had been political and cultural centers in Italy fell into ruin, and Italy was weak and fragmented. But due to different developments, they actually helped in the revival of Italian culture. With the expansion of trade between the Byzantine Empire and the Islamic countries, the ports on the Italian coast revived from the 12th century. At that time, due to trade with the Western European countries, Italian towns played a very important role. Over here, the very important thing that clergies were not politically dominant, nor were the powerful feudal lords. Only the rich merchants, bankers actively participated in governing the city and helped the idea of citizenship to strike root. Even when these towns were ruled by military despots, the pride felt by the townspeople in being citizen did not weaken. So basically, this is all about the introduction of this chapter. We will continue with the same in the next part. Please Read this chapter. For any query, you can ask me in the online class, otherwise, you can write it over here and do this home task in your notebook. Thank you.